And now that we've said something that controversial, let's move on to another Netflix production.
Yes,
Daniel, you finished the fight with Stranger Things season 5.
I did. Yes. Yeah. So the first 4 episodes dropped over Thanksgiving. Finally had time to watch it this last weekend. Um, I'm one of those people who got hooked on it in the first season. But I will say, like the subsequent seasons have been kind of a letdown, if I'm being honest, especially seasons 2 and 3. Um, it seems like they're just really, really trying to milk this show. Netflix was trying to really milk the show for all it's worth. Um,
I mean, we've talked about before just how popular this thing is. It like just its ability to like that. It took the song "Running Up That Hill," which nobody actually paid attention to in the '80s, and managed to turn it into a number one hit.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and that song makes a comeback, by the way, in this season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And don't worry, Arcos. I won't spoil it. But and I'll try not to go too far into the weeds explain it because I mean after 5 seasons the show has a very steeped built-in lore, um, so I'll try not to get too far with that, but what happens and so this picks up I want to say about a year and change after the previous season, which is kind of funny because I believe season 4 dropped like 4 years ago. Uh, I was still living in Texas when when season 4 premiered, so that just gives you some perspective on how much time has passed. And of course, all the young kids in the like the 5 main kids from the show, like they're supposed to be like high school sophomores. They don't look like high school sophomores. they look like they look like college graduate students. uh
Yeah, aren't some of the actors pushing 30 by this point?
Mid 20s at least. I know the girl who plays 11 is like in her early 20s. She actually just got married not too long ago. um but yeah, so like the so you've got these like 3 main groups of characters with the so okay so usually so each season of the show there's always like 3 separate groups. You got the heroes, and then which are like the 3 different tiers of people. You got like the adults, you got like that's like the old police chief Hopper, and then Joyce Byers, that's Winona Ryder's character. And then you got the teens and young adults, and that's like uh Nancy, Jonathan, who's Joyce's older son, and then and Steve's the guy with the really nice hair, the long hair. And then and what's the lesbian, um, uh, uh, Ethan
Oh, the
Hawke's
one with the
daughter.
sweater.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, she's played by Maya Hawke, who's Ethan Hawke's daughter. Um, and
Holy
Uma
crap!
Thurman.
It's Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, yeah. She's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter. So just gives you some idea about like how she got into acting. Um, and then you've got the kids who are now like teenagers. And I will say it's very hard to keep all of these characters straight, with all the names and everything, especially with the kids, because they're all like, because you got like different siblings in there, and you've got like this kid's this and this kid's that, and a lot of the times most of them are just kind of there. They're not really doing anything, um, which is just it kind of gets annoying because it's like you're kind of wasting a lot of this, wasting some potential here, especially with between Steve and one of the kids, Dustin. Dustin's he's kind of like the tech kid. And I really think those two should like have their own spinoff show, like because they have this like buddy cop dynamic. But anyway, to get back into it, then you have the villains, and the villains are all the creatures and everything in the Upside Down, which is this like other dimension where it's like our world, but like dark and scary. And actually, every time they're in the Upside Down, because it's all CGI, it's all green screen. It reminds me of those FMV games from the '90s, where it just does. You could tell they're in an artificial environment. And I don't know if that's what they're going for, or if that's just the way the CGI works. They spent $500 million, by the way, on this season.
500 million.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the most expensive season of a television series in history. And I think number 2 is probably season 4 of this show, which was like 350 or 400 million.
Jesus Cristo.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, and then and the main baddie is this guy they call Vecna. And he's this money laundering Arcos, more than likely. And yeah, so the main baddie's Vecna, and he so you meet them in season 4, and he's basically the one who's been pulling the strings the entire time, which is a bit of a retcon, because they really didn't. There's no mention of him at all in the first 3 seasons. But then you have the secondary villains, which is basically the U.S. government, some shady government agency they want to use whatever is in the Upside Down, because, remember, this is the 1980s. It's the Cold War. So, they're trying to find new weapons and new stuff in the fight against communism.
Probably more of a practical weapon than training a bunch of raptors like in Jurassic World.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And of course the government, there's always the main government official who's like the main secondary villain. And this season it's Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor herself.
Oh, so basically they've said, "Oh, you did such a good job of it in Resident Alien. Come on in."
Yeah. By the way, the years have not been kind to her. Well,
no, I mean, she's got to be pushing her 70s by now, right?
Yes. Yeah. But she looks like she's in her 80s. But well, I mean, it happens to all of us. But yeah. So the main thing with this season is the town of Hawkins, Indiana, is under a military quarantine, because at the end of the last season, the Upside Down started coming through, and it split the town open, but they sealed it off with a bunch of concrete band-aids, and they are our plucky band of heroes are trying to find Vecna and end it and kill him and end everything once and for all. And so how they do it is they keep track of these military convoys that go into the Upside Down, because there's a portal that they can go through. And so what they do is they wait for one of these convoys to happen, and then Hopper, that's David Harbour's character, he sneaks onto one of the trucks and then goes into the Upside Down so that they can look around. And meanwhile, they have this van with a radio transmitter where they can keep track of him while he's traveling around in the Upside Down, and in the real world. They can track him in the real world. And of course, as you might expect, things don't go as planned for what they're trying to do. And of course, they're Vecna's got his own plan that he's coming up with. And one of the characters notes that they're coming up on the 4-year anniversary since all of it started with Will Byers, who was one of the kids. He got abducted and taken to the Upside Down, and he's like the only. And he still has this connection with Vecna. He can still like see through see through his eyes, and you can see through the eyes of his minions, the Demogorgon they call him. And it's just but that's that part of it. So that's basically I think that's the most I could say about the plot. Another new character that they've decided to focus on this season is the youngest sister of the Wheeler kids. Her name's Holly, and they've fit in. So she's been reading A Wrinkle in Time, and so they've kind of fit in a little bit of a Wrinkle in Time thing with the plot and the problem of this season. And Holly even refers to Vecna, who appears to her in his human form. She calls him Mr. Whatsit, like Miss Whatsit or Mrs. Whatsit from A Wrinkle in Time. And it just says, should have trained to become Doomslayer. Oh yeah.
I mean, most things would be improved if you added the Doomslayer into the mix. Like that's.
Oh yeah. It would solve a lot of problems. Yeah. The problems of this show would have been solved a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, it's this season kind of follows the same. It follows the same template that they set up in the previous season, which worked for it last season. Even though there were kind of a couple of issues I had with it that they carried over in this season. Like one of the characters is in a coma, which I'm not a big fan of just putting characters in a coma because. So here is one of the things about the show is that they're really afraid to kill off characters. Unless you're Eddie Munson. They didn't have any problem killing him off, but like they never, like, none of the kids really none of the kids that are killed off. One of the kids is actually, like I said, she's in a coma, and it's like come on, I mean, or Barb. Yeah. Oh God, I completely forgot about Barb. Barb was in the first season. She was a friend of Nancy's, and yeah, she gets sent to the Upside Down, and she has never been seen or heard from again.
It's much easier to kill characters early on before people get too attached.
Yeah, it's true.
Just because at a certain point, people see that as an investment that you're taking away from them.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But I would say if they probably should at least kill, like one of the main characters off, if nothing, for no other reason, just to kind of like raise the stakes and be like, oh, okay. Well, if they died, then the other characters might, aren't safe anymore. But but I mean, overall, it's a decent enough show. If you've hung with the series this long, I mean, I'd still watch it, just to see what happens. And the remaining episodes, I believe 5 through 7 drop on Christmas, and then the finale is on New Year's Eve. So